Welcome to the iAchiever Expert Series with your host, Ram Iyer.
I don't think you can have anti-fragility without having a distributed way of operating. And we talk about the way we teach it. What are our four pillars? Our four pillars, to make it easy, are four H's. It's the heart. You have to start with the heart. I got to be willing. I got to want to be anti-fragile. I got to want to be an entrepreneur because it's a tough journey. So I go from the heart. That's where you got to start, because if you don't want to do it, if you're not willing to go on that, then I go to the head. All right, I'm willing to go to battle to be entrepreneur. I'm willing to, make it to be anti-fragile. How do I do that? Give me the knowledge. That's the head. Once I have the knowledge does not get the job done. You need to know what to do. The hand gets the job done. So then we go from the heart, the head, to the hand. And now I have the willingness to do it. Now I have the skill set to do it, the knowledge to do it. Now I'm willing to run into battle, but I got to have the pack to run with. And that's the last H, which is home. And how do you build that? And if you have those four H's, I would argue, Ram, that you're going to have an anti-fragile person. Let me just give you an example of that. When COVID happened, we were sitting there, and our students were all unmoored. They just did not know what to do. They had thought that everything was fine. It was December. They had their jobs lined up. They were going to go to that. They were going to go to spring break in March. All was going to be good. And Bernie Sanders was going to be president. In March, it just all came back. COVID, everything just blew out. And their jobs were gone. They were in their basement of their parents. They weren't going to spring break in Florida. It was just all gone. And what do we do then? And we could have sat there and I could have talked to them about how do you do this. But what I was able to do was to recruit people like Jocko Willink, people like John Calipari, the coach of Kentucky, people like Deval Patrick, Billy Campbell, all these people. Why? I didn't have the resources, but I said, I need this. I have social capital with you. I need you to be part of our series to help build anti-fragility. And by getting these resources and assembling them quickly, I was able to do that. I couldn't have just got these speakers. I could have just gotten the speakers, but why it was anti-fragile? Because we got motivated to do it, our team. We couldn't do it ourselves. We said, how do we do this? We built a curriculum. We went, how do we do this? How do we get the right people? And all the four H's coming together is what created this enormous positive event out of a terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah, I think that series was an excellent idea. Excellent idea. See, I took many of these things that, I came at these, in parallel, over the last 10 months. Yeah. So I told you about this, I put together a 2-day workshop, where we teach people the elements of anti-fragility. There are many pieces to it, but at the end of it, I don't just give you the knowledge, but we do it in 3 parts. I talked to Sanjay Sharma, about teaching methods. Okay, and then second thing is we help you go and find some aspect of your life or business or entrepreneurial venture that you can apply to right away. 3, we use the BJ Fogg method for developing a little tiny habits plan, and you execute on step 1 of it right there. Yeah. But here is the best part of it. After that, this is something that completely came out of the blue. We found there's what's called the forgetting curve. You forget 90% of what you learn within 1 week. Right? The Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. Yeah. So I took this, I created groups of 5 people and said, you will meet for 5 weeks after the workshop, and each 90-day session, 90-minute session that you have every week, you will have to discuss 1/5 of what you studied at the workshop. So 1/5 times 5, I make you revise over 5 weeks. And then keep them together, and they become the community who will support, help them to brainstorm and hold each other accountable.
Yes, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And that gets to The Power of Habits. Another great book by Charles Duhigg.
Yeah.
And Sanjay Sharma, the book Grasp, is about how people learn and the physiology of it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's why, that's a scientific approach. That's the MIT way. It's almost like from MIT, Ron. What do you
Thank you for listening to the iAchiever Expert Series with your host, Ram Iyer. We'll bring you thought-provoking and practical conversations to help you become better, smarter, and more successful, helping you achieve your personal greatness. All from the perch of Ram Iyer, the thought leader, author, keynote speaker, workshop leader, and mentor.